So 2019 to 2022, I stayed in the projects for 3 years, worked on my baby, got her in Head Start by myself, got her in pre-K by myself. Um, 2020 hit, and that's when all hell broke loose because kids were getting sick, kids were staying home because of sick, and after 2020 to 2020, 2022, it was just chaos of just back and forth doctor's appointments, coughs, sicknesses, and then on top of that, the CNA for my daughter, the personal care aide for my daughter, because my daughter has a disability, more so physical, but she is delayed by 2 years. By the time she was 2, she was sitting up. By the time she was 5, she learned how to walk without any assistance, like balancing on her own 2 feet. So, come to find out, her personal care aide was on the PDF site. So I said, you know what? I'm going to homeschool my baby. And that's exactly what I did. I left the projects because it was getting crazy. I'm talking about they shooting the house up around the block from where I stayed at. Now, I've had problems at the projects. I'm talking about when I moved to the projects, kids were knocking on my door all times of the night. It'll start from 8 p.m. to like 10, 11 p.m. So that was the start of that. That was a whole journey. But even in the midst of my adulthood as my own personal life, I still managed to be a mother. Okay? Boom. Move out of there 2022, move back home here. Homeschool my baby. Because once I realized, like, dang, like, they was hiring anybody because short staff, quarantine, people getting sick. So I understood. I gave grace, but at the same time, I had to find a solution quick. And my solution was to get her homeschooled. So I was homeschooling her for 3 years, kindergarten, first grade, second grade, and half of third grade. By 2025 is when her dad married someone that felt like she knew better than I could ever knew. She don't have any kids, but she felt like I can do better as a mother. Like I said, damn if you do, damn if you don't. At the time of me homeschooling, I was just worried about mental health. By the way, I'm going through depression, anxiety. My mama had passed right after I moved to the projects. So she died the day after Christmas, my guy, 2019. So I'm like, okay, I'm just healing. That's when I started my YouTube channel. That's when I started recording everything. And then, so that's the projects. We had a good old time. She had her own bedroom. It was a lot of square footage, honey.